Smelling farts can prevent cancer? Partners Gas can help you live longer with farts for better health? Research published in the Journal of Medicinal Chemistry Communications has the internet exploding with questions. Could your smelly toots hold the cure for better health?
Can they? The headlines say that smelling farts can improve my health. So I've been rolling up the windows in the car. I've been letting loose, just like Jeremy said,
Letting loose in elevators.
And then if other people complain, say, hey, I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing it for you.
Yeah. And guess what? Anti-aging benefits. They say, supposedly, that if you inhale these farts, that you may look more youthful. Why do you think my wife looks so good?
Drew and I, if this headline is true, Drew and I, we are really good healers. Unfortunately,
I'm not too shabby myself.
the doctors! But what's the real deal? The real deal is this is a classic example of how quickly false medical data can spread. That's why you can't believe the headlines, everything you read. This study was looking at the actual compound of hydrogen sulfide in a cellular environment. Yes, the smelly farts, it's that hydrogen sulfide often that makes it smell like rotten eggs. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But just inhaling that, that's not gonna help you live longer. There's nothing anywhere that says that's gonna have anti-aging properties. What's funny though is that this makes me sad because for a while when I'm someone who, I read the headlines and before you actually read the data, you're gonna believe it, right? I thought for a brief moment in time that I was doing everyone in my life a favor. All right, let's talk about something else really quickly. Farting in front of your partner, is that a sign of a solid relationship or is it a no-no? What do y'all think? Solid? Okay.
I mean, it's solid, yeah, that you feel comfortable around each other. That
I have friends who've been married for a long time, still have never farted in front of them.
Really?
What?
That's what they say.
That sounds like not real because honestly, I feel as though the other person should know what they're getting. So you can't, you should know what you're getting because if you're really going to be in a relationship for 20 or 30 years, I can't imagine not farting.
There's something you need to know about me.
Right? I mean, because you roll over in bed, things happen when you roll over, you know? So I don't know, really? Never?
That's what they say. So the real deal, smelling farts better for your health? False. Everyone here also believes farting in front of your partner is a sign of a solid relationship. So maybe it's time tonight to break the seal. Okay.
And studies show that women's farts are more potent than men.
Because men tend to just let her rip, but women tend to hold on to theirs more, so it just kind of hangs and lingers with your feces and stuff, and so it's really stink when it comes out. But you can eat fruits and veggies to make it smell a little better, but all the fruits and veggies in the world will not make your farts stop stinking. But if you eat a lot of protein, then it tends to make it a little smellier.
The fiber in some veggies like broccoli will, for some people, because the bacteria feed off the fiber. But here's the great thing. Sometimes the smellier farts, it just means that your gut bacteria, they're just doing their job. You're not making the farts. The gut bacteria, that's their byproduct, so blame them. It's not your fault. Let's move on from farts to fizz. Could drinking baking soda ease rheumatoid arthritis symptoms? This medical headline, well, you may have heard it, it's actually real. They looked at basically using about a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and they found that in some people it helped reduce inflammation of rheumatoid arthritis, subjectively reported. Now, I don't want to recommend this to anyone out there without talking to your doctor first. As I was reading the hypothesis of how the physiology is working, it didn't really make sense to me because if you do a half a teaspoon, we know it's sodium bicarbonate, and I think baking soda is wonderful. I've got it in my fridge. Mm-hmm. I use it as part of my saline rinses in my nostrils,
But you're not ingesting it.
No.
You're rinsing with it.
So I don't know if it has something to do with the pH.
It may be related to the pH, and they say that it works somehow on the spleen by making that spleen relax a little bit so that it isn't working hard as if there's an inflammatory reaction going on in your body.
Right, yeah.
I would say talk to your doctor before trying this, but if this does help, and it can relieve some of your symptoms.
It would be great. Yeah, I think it would be
Cheap,
great because
easy.
arthritis medication is expensive.
It is.
You could put it on your beets.
All right, so I think the takeaway is obviously you see something on the internet, it sounds just too good to be true. Send it over to us, thedoctorstv.com. We're going to give you the real deal. Don't believe everything you read.